Good Monday morning, everybody. Meteorologist Johnny Lively here to start off our new week. This is our show sponsored by HB Neal Construction. If we look at radar sponsored by Do Good Credit Union, you can see there's absolutely nothing going on, just some radar noise. Other than that, it has been awfully quiet this whole weekend, and it's awfully quiet today and tomorrow as well, too. You can see some high clouds or some cloud cover off there into West Texas. This is a disturbance that's going to be moving into our region really later on tonight, mainly into Tuesday. Typically, this would bring us probably some decent coverage of some showers and thunderstorms. Since we're so dry, it's going to get pretty hard to get some showers and thunderstorms. So all we're going to see is clouds moving in later on this evening, especially on Tuesday. So no rain is in the forecast. If we do, maybe a couple drops here and there. But other than that, it is mostly dry throughout this week. Now, rain chances can increase as we get into the end of the week, into the weekend, and we'll talk more on that here in a second. Here's the temperatures across the United States. Not too bad. I mean, we've got areas into the 50s, several areas into the 60s, even further south into Texas and Louisiana, we're in the 60s and 70s. Miami would typically be around in the 80-degree mark. They're at 77, so slightly a little bit cooler. We zoom into southeast Texas and southwest Louisiana, thanks to a sponsor of Dana Simmons Real Estate Team. You can see areas off to the north, they are into the upper 50s still, and then you have the interstate corridor like Houston at 68, Beaumont at 59, 60 degrees, Lake Charles at 67, Lafayette at 65. I think that Beaumont weather station we have there is just a little bit too cool. I don't think it's actually 59 degrees. I would say around 62, 63 degrees. And then down towards the coast, you have Galveston off to a warm start at 75. But everybody else from High Island to the Cameron Parish, southwest Louisiana region, you can see into the mid-60s, upper 60s, and then getting into the low 70s. Construction and outdoor forecast looks really good today and tomorrow as well, too. This is sponsored by Modern Concrete Materials. We're going to see some clouds moving in later on this afternoon and this evening. But other than that, it looks really good for any outdoor activities that you got going on, especially construction. Temperatures will get into the upper 80s to low 90s later on this afternoon. This upper level flow that we have, sponsored by Neutron Electrical Services, we can see we have a little bit of a ridging over the region. This is what's keeping us quiet today and tomorrow. We will see some clouds move in. That's about it. But if we look at the atmospheric moisture, notice how dry we are Monday through Wednesday. And as we start getting into Thursday, a little bit of green starts coming in. So this is when we can have limited rain coverage, possibly 10, if not 20% coverage can be possible. Right now I'm sticking with 10% coverage. And as we get into the weekend, we might start seeing a little bit better of a window of opportunity for some moisture coming into the region. So rain chances possibly could increase by the end of the week into the weekend. We'll see if maybe an upper level disturbance tries to develop in the northern Gulf. This is nothing tropical. This is just going to be bringing a little bit more moisture and possibly better rain chances along the Gulf Coast, but we'll see how this really generates. Lots of dry air as of right now. Here's a future cast for today on Monday into Tuesday, sponsored by Modern Concrete Materials. We're seeing some showers on radar, just don't believe it. So much dry air. What we are watching is some clouds are going to be moving into the region later on this afternoon, especially as we get into Tuesday. Main thing is it's pretty quiet, pretty boring, right? Temperatures are going to be into the upper 80s to low 90s today and really off and on all this week. Now, here's our overnight lows. I think this is a little bit too warm what the model data is showing, but further to the north, temperatures should be into the low 60s along the Interstate 10 corridor from Houston, Beaumont, Lake Charles should get into the mid 60s to upper 60s. Houston could get down into 71, 72 degrees, so I don't think that's too far off. And then down towards the coast, that's pretty accurate. Could get into the upper 60s to low to mid 70s. As we start looking at the tropics, it looks very active, right? You've got Category 4, Humberto, which is a powerhouse, continues to be, and now we've got Tropical Storm Imelda, which is still over the Bahamas, bringing heavy rainfall to those regions. We look on the satellite data, Humberto is putting on a show. Very well developed hurricane. This went through an eye wall replacement cycle. I would say that cycle is starting to get finalized, or it probably went through it, and now we'll see this kind of, maintain its strength for a couple of days. But once this starts curving out to sea, we'll put this track here in a couple, let's see, there we go. We put this track out. You see as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday, Humberto is going to start tracking eastward. This curves away from the United States. Then the weakening trend starts happening. A little bit better wind shear, or a little bit more wind shear, and cooler waters will start making Humberto start weakening. And then Imelda will actually go northward. Looks like it's going to go towards the Carolinas, But as Humberto skirts to the east, Imelda will be following as well too. So both Imelda and Humberto, really Tuesday and Wednesday, are going to start curving away from the United States and will pretty much be waving goodbye to both of these systems. Every one of our hurricanes have gone out to sea, and all of our major hurricanes gone out to sea. We have 2 Category 5s this season. Humberto was one, and Aaron was another. Both went out to sea. So this has been a very good hurricane season when we talk about missing any direct landfalls. Now, Imelda is expected to become a Category 1 hurricane tomorrow on Tuesday, but again, it's moving away from the United States, moving out to sea, exactly what we want to see. Here's our 7-day forecast for southeast Texas. Some clouds start moving in this afternoon, especially on Tuesday. Temperatures around the upper 80s to low 90-degree mark. Limited rain coverage at the end of this week. Getting into the weekend, we start seeing a little bit more moisture moving into our region. Southwest Louisiana, same thing. Cloud cover the next couple of days. And then mainly we start seeing some nice sun start coming in Wednesday and Thursday. And then some rain chances can be possible as we get into Thursday and Friday and into this weekend. Still think that Friday Night Football looks pretty good, but we'll continue to keep watching. Other than that, not too much going on in the weather department. Tropics remain quiet here in the Gulf. It's been quiet for about 3.5 months here, so we're going to continue to keep doing that. You guys have a wonderful Monday. Thanks for tuning in to our show. Lucas will be back this evening, and thanks again. Have a good Monday morning and a good Monday.